Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be able to share this morning's devotion with you, and I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I just wanted to share about Job. We've been going through the book of Job in our daily readings, and if you're anything like me, each morning you come to it and you kind of just feel that pain and heartache that Job's going through. Well, you kind of feel it. You can only actually experience the things that Job has felt if you have been in his situation, and that's one of the so maybe the word is to empathise with what Job is going through. That's how it feels each morning that we wake up and read it. But just a simple thing that I want to say this morning, or an observation, is, Job had friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, and each one of them came to him to offer advice, and each time it was advice that added to Job's burden. And just as we go through this book, it's a real reminder to us how to be supportive to others as they go through real trials. And if maybe you've seen that and you've picked up on that, maybe you haven't. But if you haven't, then maybe this would be a prompter to you for that. How not to approach or to draw alongside somebody who is going through real tribulation and difficulty. And I know this because in my own life, I've experienced both. As you're going through difficulties, people come to you and bring their best advice. But actually, that's not what's needed at the time, and it just adds to the difficulties that you're experiencing at that time. On the other end, I'm aware that I can quite easily approach somebody who's going through something with my mind already made up, with how I think it should be worked out, and therefore bringing my advice into the situation, which would add a burden to them. And I'm quite sure I've continued to do that without even realising. And if there is anybody out there that I have added to your burden, then forgive me, because that is not what I want to do. But as I get hopefully more mature in my faith, my drawing alongside people would be maybe not so many words, but just a comfort, just to know that as they go through what the Lord is taking them through, that they're not alone. And the Lord may give you words of wisdom, of knowledge, but please be sensitive with that. We may think we know what somebody else is experiencing, but we do not. You are unique. You are a person who has been through certain experiences and is going through a particular challenge or trial or blessing, and you're that person. Nobody else has experienced that, and we must see others like that. And as we draw alongside, do so prayerfully, do so lovingly and graciously. Try to use or to understand the example that's being taught through the book of Job, to not be Bildad or Zophar or Eliphaz. Those guys, I'm sure, wanted the best for Job, but they really didn't take time to be sensitive or to understand. They came from their own perspective and therefore added to Job's burden. So I just want to just want us to maybe think about that. and think about how we draw alongside brothers and sisters in times of real trouble. But one thing that we did read on, I think it was Tuesday, was how Job was experiencing all he was going through. You know, nearly in the middle of this book, where we see the heartache of Job, we see his friends have been to try and comfort him. Let's just look at Job's perspective on this in 23, verses 8 to 10. Look, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. When he works on the left hand, I cannot behold him. When he turns to the right hand, I cannot see him. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I shall come forth as gold. You know, Job's eyes were set on the Lord. They always were. And even in the midst of all that he was going through, they were still set on the Lord. And he knew that through the trial, what would be worked out would bring honour and glory to God. And if you're in that place of difficulty, I pray that that Job, the book of Job, would bring comfort to you this morning, but also that you would receive comfort, encouragement, love and grace from friends. And if you know somebody who's going through a difficulty, then approach it in that way. Maybe not with your own assumptions. Maybe that'll be a work to do in your own life. It certainly is for me. But that is growing in grace. I pray God would bless your day.